Raven.
And I'm Ahmaad.
And we're the Hoods. Welcome to Hood Tales, where we take you through the ups, downs, and merry-go-rounds of millennial marriage. Today, we're going to be talking about how to make your spouse a priority. So I saw a clip on TikTok from, is his name Laterras?
Laterras Whitfield.
Okay, I don't know if it was Latera S or if it was like, from Laterras Whitfield. His podcast is Dear Future Wifey that I don't really listen to, but I enjoy the clips podcast on TikTok.
I listen to
it. Oh, do you really? I didn't know that. So he had Deval and Ellis on there, and also I probably should have went back and listened to the whole episode, but I didn't know. I listened to half of it. I didn't listen to the full one. But in the clip, Kadeen is saying that one morning Deval asked her, like, what do you think about, what's the first thing on your mind when you wake up in the morning? And she was like, so I, thank God for listening to the other day. Then, like, immediately I think about my to-do list. Think about what the kids have to do, what errands I have to run, blah, blah, blah. And he says to her something along the lines of, like, where do I fall on it? Or, like, you've gotten...
Where am I on your
where am I on your to-do list, on your priority list? And I said, oh, jump scared. Okay? I said, ooh. I feel attacked. Not seen, but attacked. I said, ooh. Ooh. I said, now that's a gut punch 4 years old. And so it begged me the question to realize, like, what happened the question? It just made me realize how quickly your spouse cannot become a mental priority. And not intentionally, right? Like, they are serial entrepreneurs. They, have podcasts. They have books. They, are actors in their own right. Yeah. They also have 4 children.
Yes.
Right? So, like, I fully understand. And also she's a mother and a wife and a family household moderator.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, all of these things on her list make sense.
And she work out all the time.
That too. She also fills her own bucket up. But, like, sheesh.
Yeah.
I was like, whew. Whew. Which I feel like it really goes back to what I said last week about how the hardest thing about marriage, and the part that I wish I knew, was how hard it is to be intentional and be mindful about your partner. Mm-hmm. Like, I was just like, wow. They've been married, like, what, 12 years, 15 years?
I think 15.
And, like, it's still a thing. Like, it don't get easier. It don't get easier at all. Because I said, okay, so when I first woke up in the morning, what's the first thing in my brain? Immediately, I'm like, why am I still alive? Why are the aliens not here? That is literally the first thought. The second one is, if I got to be here, Lord, I thank you. Then number 3 is, I hate this job. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go.
Lil Wayne said, I thought that was number 1.
Hello? Lil Wayne on this? Drake?
On this?
Oh, that's what it is?
Shout out my nigga Gucci.
Hello, shout out my nigga Gucci, okay? That's such a funny clip. I'm going to insert that in the video. But, and then after that, it is my never-ending to-do list, right? It is the fact that I didn't get up in the morning to work out, so I'm already beating myself up before I really get up to bed. Then it's trying to realize if I have enough time to go back to sleep, or do I need to get up and start, like, doing my morning routine? Or it's like, if I go to sleep for another 45 minutes, do I still have time to stretch? The answer is probably not. But, and then it's running through all of the things on my to-do list. Whatever thing I need to edit, the stuff that I have been putting up for content for weeks and weeks and weeks. Whatever groceries need to be done. Mm-hmm. Even if it's just meal planning for the next week. Mm-hmm. I'm immediately thinking that, like, my clock is running. And you're not there.
Yeah. Even though I'm there.
But you're not there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of these things may pertain to you,
Yeah.
right? Like, you don't have to worry about planning food or going grocery shopping or stuff like that. So,
I'm
like,
just a
that
beneficiary
pertains.
of shit.
Yeah, but it's not a conscious thought of, okay, Ahmaad, that is.
Mm-hmm.
And that was crazy. Does it make you feel some kind of way?
Actually, thinking about it like in that form, it's like, man, it sucks, but also it's real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because for me, even though I'm thinking about everything,
So what is your to-do list?
when I get up in the morning?
Yeah, like what is the first thing you think about? Like, what is your mental? Run me through your morning from the moment your eyes woke up mentally.
Shout out to the Lord, I made it to another day.
Mm-hmm.
I think about what I have to do and going to work, and like I usually check my schedule of what I have to do.
Like your clients and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I also get up and see how I can get you out the door.
Well, call me a selfish bitch and shoot me.
Well, also I didn't do that like that. That's funny. I don't think about it like that because I know where you are, mentally, and with the job that you have, and you don't like going to work.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? So
very true.
While you're jumbling around in your brain, how can I help you get out of the door? Because now, on top of you jumbling around in your brain, you might also be late.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're
9
late,
times out of 10.
if you're late, you're jumbling all the more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
even more flustered. Mm-hmm.
and that's different for me because if I am jumbled, I'm going to do what I enjoy doing every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it's
still something that feeds you.
Yes. While also tiring the hell out of me. But yeah.
That's interesting. I know, and I had to realize, I was like, well, I said he may not be consciously initially, but I feel like you are doing parts of my morning, right? So like when I am not running stupid late, you know what I'm saying?
You get to cook breakfast?
Yeah, and I get to cook breakfast. I do, make cook breakfast for you, even if it's something different than what I want.
Or you at least ask, like,
yeah.
Hey.
But 9 times out of 10 with that, you get a hot breakfast because you answer because I'm asking because I have the time to.
Yeah.
Or even if it's a simple, I'm about to make this for breakfast. Do you want that too? Or something like that because neither one of us have breakfast made. Like this morning, I got up early and cooked us lunch.
Yes.
So it's like you're not initially something on my.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It was good too. You're not initially on my mental priority list, but you are in my day. You know what I mean? Like I don't do stuff like that without, you have to be a conscious thought of that. Because if it was just me, I wouldn't have got up.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have been a thing. I just would have got McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. Or Starbucks or something.
Yeah, or Panera or something. Like I wouldn't have made lunch. But I know you. And if you don't have it with you, you're not going to eat something. So I know that. I know that. And so because of that, I intentionally find pockets like that in my morning, but it's not on my priority to do list.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So what actions make you feel like you're a priority or that you're being prioritized? Like, what does that feel like for you? I know we mentioned like me making sure that you have breakfast and lunch, or like intentionally at least, I meal prep every week, but in the moments that like we need to redo it in the week, like today, is that a moment of you feeling like you're a priority? And if so, what else is there?
I would definitely say that is a moment of me feeling like a priority. What else makes me feel like a priority? This is kind of the same thing, but like those days when I don't bring lunch and you DoorDash something to me. you know, off a random, you know, or because you know I'm not finna get out and buy nothing, you'd be like, you know what, I was sending some Chick-fil-A or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? Or, you know, shoot, when I get off of work and, you know, I come home and we might have X, Y, and Z on the list, but you're like, you know what, I just want to spend some quality time with you.
Yeah.
Everything can wait till tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? Like, and those, when we get those, when I have those moments, that makes me feel like a priority. And that fills up my tank. You get what I'm saying?
That's good. That made me feel like the list of a shitty wife. So.
Or even when, not at all. Never true. Or even when you'll randomly text me in the middle of my day and be like, "Hey, I miss you." You know what I'm saying? Like, that lets me know I'm on your brain. You get what I'm saying?
And I literally call you every break.
Well, I don't always feel like that doesn't make me feel like a priority versus me just being a safe space for you.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, and you calling me, you know, so you can vent, or you just calling me because you want to be on the phone with somebody fine, or
Period.
You know, or you just, you know, you want to. It's some light to your day. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you're going to hell. So yeah, how do I make you feel like a priority? Or do I, you know, make you feel like a priority at all?
You do. Acts of service is really big for me. So like, you know, you getting my lunch and stuff together because you know that I am running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and or we both woke up with 20 minutes left to spare. You know, we have peanut butter and jellies for lunch, but that's okay. And it's not like huge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even if you didn't, I would just be later to work and do it, you know what I'm saying? Because I cook the food. But you doing so feels like a weight. You know what I mean? And it's not even a weight, it's a tick. Like it's just a tick in my morning, in my never ending list of things that needs to be done. It is literally just a tick. Like, but those ticks mean something because I didn't have to do it. And it's still completed. But also I didn't have to do it, which makes it being completed 10 times better. But I'm being serious though. I also think that this is actually a really good question because I really didn't think about this heavily before this podcast. I mean, I scripted it out, but like, you know. I also think too, you being intentional, like the podcast that you were saying, like where I will be like, okay, yes, we have to record 40 gazillion pieces of content, but today we're not. You also deciding impromptu to make that same decision because you can see that let's just not, you know what I mean? Like let's just not. And the spontaneity moments, I feel like also really make me a priority. Like the us randomly deciding to just go see a movie, right? Or like, you know, just I don't know. I feel like you're very intentional with like loving me in my love languages, which I feel like I am too. But that's a lot different than being a mental priority. You know what I mean?
Totally.
But I also feel like with this, I never want you to feel like a mental priority. Like, as much of a gut punch as it felt like that, I was like, dang, I don't think about Ahmaad like that. I don't ever want you to feel like an item on my never-ending to-do list.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it made me feel like crap.
Because that's a chore versus...
It's a chore. It is something I have to do. Not something my to-do list is never full of anything that I really want to do, right? It is mental reminders, and I don't ever want to get to a point where I feel like I have to remind myself to take care of you.
Or just to spend time with you.
I don't ever want to feel like I have to remind myself. Now, it's different than being mindful, than feeling like I need to write it down. I need to pencil in the time to call my husband and say, hey, how's your day going?
Get that.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't, because it is second nature, like with making breakfast in the morning and getting up early to make lunch. Like, you know, usually this week we've been real bad with letting that alarm go. Real bad. But even this morning, I almost let it play again because it was an hour earlier than usual. And I was like, oh crap, I have to get up because we don't have nothing to eat. And so I was like, you know, so I hopped up. And that's what I asked you. I'm like, what time, you know, your alarm was set? Like, what else did you need to do this morning? Because I knew I had to get up out the bed, and did get up out the bed to make sure that we had food for today. But like, I don't want that. I don't want you to ever feel like, I don't want you to ever feel like a tick on my to-do list. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be second nature like that, which it is. But, and I mean, who knows? You know, as life expands, it could get to that point to where I have to remind myself. But I don't ever want to become so busy that it has to be a reminder. And I'm not saying Khadija and DeVal have this. Let me rephrase that. I'm not, because I want to clarify. I'm not saying that that's what they have. But
with all that they have going
on, it could very well feel the need to do that, right? Like, even as simple as, you know, scheduling sex. Like that, I don't think that that's a bad thing, and I'm not saying that they do either because I have no clue. I don't
know what's in the. Well, you know
what
they put out.
In terms of having a mental checklist or having your spouse as a priority on your to-do list, I understand it when you become to a point to where you need to do that to make sure that you are intentional. Me personally, at this stage in our life and in our marriage, I don't want to feel like that.
I feel that.
I don't want to feel like you are something I have to do.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, but I did feel like crap when I first saw that clip, and I was like, okay, I will block all of y'all. But like, I was like, dang, because like, you're not there, but you also are. Also, I'm just not a morning person.
That's the other thing too.
Truthfully, like, I am not a morning person. Like, by the time I get to work and 11:30 hits, I'm good. So like, you know, part of me, when I call on my breaks, it's really not even to escape from work, because I can just go on TikTok. That's all I've been doing all day anyway. But it's a matter of, it's always, you know, first thing is, what you doing over there? How your day going? You know what I mean? Because something could have happened between the time you said you made it to work and now, right? You know what I mean? Whatever, like, something could have taken place, good or bad, that, you know, you want to share. But because you don't have formal breaks in your day, and I do, it's a matter, you know, of calling to check in. And I tell you, ain't nothing happening over here. I just chill and see what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because same difference. But yeah, it made me feel like crap.
I understand that fully.
Do I prioritize you in the way that you want to be prioritized, though? That's a good question. I know.
That's real good. I don't have a preference. And I don't have a preference because I feel like you prioritize me. If you didn't, this will probably be a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
touche.
Yeah, or to be perfectly honest, before you brought this topic up, I probably would have been salty like a mug, you know, or just, you know, a little angry, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, if it's a point of contention that I haven't told you about, or
I got you,
where I feel like I need you to kind of step up, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't want to talk about this right now. I don't feel like you're lacking in making me a priority. And I don't feel like I'm lacking in feeling like one. What about you?
That's good. I fully agree. I don't know how to put into words what prioritization looks and feels like fully. I just know that I feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like that's lacking. I think that you are mindful of me. And maybe that's what being your priority feels like. You know, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, because you was in Tennessee and you brought me back Mystics. And I ain't had mystics since Mother Bogart, okay?
Now, when I tell you, I literally was like, "Hey, Dad, hold this. I gotta get this right. I ain't seen no mystics in 20 years.
Listen,
it's been I ain't seen no mystics since like 2017.
I'm about to say since you was living in Flint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I haven't seen mystics in a very long time. And I still got it in me.
Yeah,
I ain't opened that last one.
Put them back.
Yeah, Walmart, you need to put them back.
And the
Walmart in Flint on Corona Road had them faithfully.
All of them.
Faithfully.
All of them.
No, nothing hit better than the strawberry kiwi mystic. I tell you. Cold in the glass?
I like the blue and cold.
The blue and cold is good, but that strawberry kiwi is unmatched. Back to what I was saying. I, even in you, like, seeing them and bringing them home, right? Like, every period you buy me a payday because you know my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that makes you feel like a priority when getting you a payday?
Yeah, because it's being mindful.
I get that.
Like, I feel like...
And it do be random, too.
Yeah, like, I never ask for them. You know what I mean? Like, it is very rare that I actually ever ask you for anything.
Yeah, same.
Exactly. And I think that because of that, it makes me realize that I am a priority. Because when you see stuff out, and you think to get it from me, right? Because you have learned through my behavior that every time my period comes around, I eat a payday. Because I buy them for myself. Because it's what I want. You know what I'm saying? And so, so you either intentionally going and getting one, and or going to the gas station and picking one up because you saw one, shows that you are listening to me. You're aware of my behavior. You are aware of my body and the things that my body needs, as well as you care enough to spend $1.25 on me a payday.
$1.79.
Whatever, and bring it home. You know what I mean? And surprise me with it. So because of that, I feel like that shows that you prioritize me, because there are very little that I have to ask for of you.
I like that.
You know? Yeah, I like it too.
That's good.
Princess treatment over here. Gang, gang.
Princess in the gang, remember? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like that meme with that little princess right about them hood niggas.
Okay, somebody come get her.
Hood gang for life. My daddy got 12 kids.
16.
It's only, how many of y'all? 10? As sexologist Shamara says, who we will one day have on this lovely podcast.
Hello.
That the true definition of intimacy, and yes, I did just manifest that one, that the true definition of intimacy is being seen, heard, feeling seen, heard, and valued. And I feel like that is what being feeling like a priority really is.
Fact.
And I feel like the lack thereof can, show up in other areas, and definitely does. I know that Deval and Kadeem talk a lot about, sex being a reoccurring thing for them. A discussion, I should say.
And the lack
thereof. But they also have, a lot of added schedules and all that other stuff. But, how that can show up even just in that. Which is interesting how, sex is literally at the base of, a lot of issues in relationships. Let me phrase that. Not the base. It is the pinpoint that gets people talking about the real issue. Because it can play, I feel like if somebody's not feeling like they're a priority, you're not wanting to have sex, you're not wanting to, it ain't nothing jumping. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not feeling seen, heard, or valued.
Yeah.
Because you're not feeling like a priority. Do you have a hood highlight for today's episode?
My hood highlight for today would be pay attention to detail. You can learn a lot by just listening, or just by watching your partner go day in and day out, doing whatever it is that they're doing, those days, whatever, to help them feel seen, heard, and valued. It is very much so possible, but even while you're paying attention to detail, you can also ask. There's nothing wrong with asking for understanding. Babe, what do you what do you like? You know, and it's just not about to buy them things, but what's your love language? You know what I'm saying? To help you feel more seen, heard, and valued, or even just a refresher. If y'all are good, you know, you can still get that, like, hey, you know, I want to make sure that I'm still loving you how you want to be loved on. You know, making sure that you, and even in that is showing that, you know, your partner or your spouse is a priority. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, pay attention to detail. And if you need to, ask questions. That's my hood highlight. What's yours, babe?
My hood highlight for today's episode would have to be yet again that the hardest part of marriage is being consistently mindful of the person that you're married to, and that loving them should be second nature, which can be hard. You know what I mean? Which can be hard. I feel like it's learned behavior, and it is learned behavior that will always continue evolving as they evolve and their needs evolve.
That's good.
Thank you. And to not be afraid to check your partner. Because if DeVal wouldn't have ever asked Kadeem that question, right? Like, and being honest and being open to say, I feel like I'm low on your to-do list. One, just shows vulnerability.
Yes.
It shows that you are also have a partner that you feel like when you make a complaint, you will see desired change. And willingness to let them show you.
That's good.
So, yeah, to communicate through it all. This marriage junk is not easy.
At all. Okay.
Even when you're madly in love.
But,
and heavy in like.
And I ain't mad, but I'm in love though.
What? Oh. Because I said madly. I'm like, what did you talk about? But yeah, it's not easy, and that is the work.
No.
The constant emotional and mental work of marriage is hard. Boy, you're doing it with the right person, the work is worth it.
Facts.
That's a long hood highlight, but that's what I got.
That's good.
Thank you very much. That's a lot of that's good for this episode. Okay, thank you.
I done gave you trio.
All trio. Thank you guys for listening. There's one more episode.
One more
in this season.
Just
and we're on a 10-week break. Hopefully 10 weeks. I know the last break was a little bit longer than 2 weeks, but that's all right. That's all right. Okay, that's all right. Because y'all gotta give us time to live some life. Okay,
get some more perspective.
Get some more experience under these marriage belts, and live some more life, so we can come back and continue to be valuable, as much as we can possibly be.
Yes.
Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at _ the Raven Camille. At _ Raven Camille. At the Raven Camille is my Twitter. You can follow me over there too if you want. I'll be cracking jokes, but
Jesus. Ooh. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at _ the Gentleman's Groomer.
Follow the Hood Tales page on Instagram and Facebook at Hood Tales Podcast, and on Facebook at Hood Tales with Raven Ahmaad Hood. If you have any advice questions or any topics that you would like to send to us and want us to cover, send it to hoodtalesadvice@gmail.com. Thanks everybody for listening again. Bye.
Appreciate you.